Hello, and welcome to the latest live stream from Desert Trippin'. I will apologize in advance for the poor quality. I have my phone connected to the charger, so that means I can't connect to the microphone at this moment. Hopefully you can hear me. What I'm doing today, December 23rd, 2023, so that's 12/23/23, is I'm heading out to visit my son Joey for the holidays. It's kind of a tradition. I like to spend the holidays with him every year, and there was a really cute video he helped me make a few years back. I'll post a link maybe in the comments to this, where I was searching for Christmas spirit, and it was a little bit of a fun play on searching for things in unexpected places. But we're now heading out of Ojai. I just had to avoid running over a carcass of a dead skunk that was in the middle of the road. We've had some, I can smell the skunk now too. But I just wanted to check in and, post a new live stream. Told you a few months ago I wanted to practice more. I learned about some live streaming software that you can set up on your desktop and then invite your cell phone to be a guest, and then you can stream from your cell phone. That might be a way where I can have more controls as far as inviting other people in, maybe having an additional screen where I can actually read comments. Right now I can't read comments because A, I'm on my phone, B, my vision is really horrible. I have like 3 different prescriptions for corrective eyewear. One is for distance, like watching movies and driving. Another is for working on my computer, at arm's length. And then for seeing up close, that's what looks really weird, is I have to take my glasses off and then get right up close to the screen. And if there's a camera on while I'm doing that, all you see is my giant eyeball, in the screen, and that looks really unattractive. So I try to avoid memes, but I do want to figure out a way where I can do that in the future. Maybe it has to be where I'm not driving. That might be a start. I might have to be stationary, and I might have to have an additional larger screen adjacent to the camera where I can read what people are saying. Not that there's even anyone in this live stream right now. I don't know. Actually, I can see that. There's 0 likes and 0 people watching. So that's kind of par for the course with my live streams. And maybe that's a niche for me, a niche of having the worst live streams possible. Maybe there's some entertainment value in that, or maybe other people who do. So I think we are offline for a minute. With rain, and a lot of the debris and clutter has been washed down the stream, so everything's kind of beautiful right now. It's very comfortable, horribly hot, and I will have battery issues with live streaming or with just using my devices. So, there's always challenges, whatever time of year, especially for me. Okay, that's what's going on. Usually on these trips, I like to fill up my tank before I leave, and I set my odometer. So I don't really do my mileage, but I just like to know how far I went on each tank. We're at 8 miles right now because I drove and did some errands last night after I got my gas. It's probably 5 miles from the house. Usually I fill up a small cooler with maybe a half a dozen bottled waters, and I put ice into the cooler, and then I usually stop at a small convenience store or liquor store, or just a little corner grocery store somewhere along the way. And lately I've been stopping at the Moo Poo Market, and I'm doing that just because I like to say Moo Poo. But Moo Poo, I think, was either a tribe of native people that lived here in the Los Padres National Forest, or it's a Native American word that means something, and I apologize for not knowing what that word means, but I just like the word Moo Poo. And the Moo Poo Market, it appears to be a very small market, family owned. I've been in there and I've kind of seen the mom, who's a little older, and the son, who's maybe slightly younger than me. They were sitting there behind the counter, and I had a nice chat with them. Told them about this channel and that I like to stock up on stuff for my road trips, and not sure if they ever watched any of my videos, but I gave them one of my cards. Another time I went in, it looked like probably, I'm assuming, the dad was in there. So they're not trying to, become the richest people in the world. They're just running a store. They have some basic things in there, drinks, snacks, essential, like toilet paper, paper towels and stuff like that. Just basically a neighborhood market. And what I like to get there, they did have it in stock, and it's not at a lot of different stores. I like, it's an aloe drink, and it's very refreshing, and it's not too sugary, and there's little chunks of aloe meat in it that you can kind of chew it, so it's almost like you're eating a meal and you're drinking, and it's very refreshing, and it's good for hydrating. And I think I remember learning a long time ago that aloe is really good for healing your stomach and your intestines and your inner organs. If you wipe aloe on a burn or something, it helps you heal on the outside of your skin. So I think it has the same effect internally. So aloe is a very healing plant that the Native Americans have always known about. And so I do like buying 2 or 3, maybe 4 of those drinks. I might drink 1 or 2 on the way there, and if I have some left over, I enjoy them later. So I'm going to try to pick some of those up. Maybe some chips. I get barbecue chips, whatever brand they have, Lay's, Kettle, whatever. Barbecue, for some reason, has a little spiciness, and that helps me wake up when I'm driving. If I'm a little, groggy or tired, I eat a barbecue chip. That little crunch and that little burst of flavor kind of wakes me up. Same thing with beef jerky. I might get the spicy beef jerky or the teriyaki one sometimes, or just the basic beef jerky. Different brands. Alien jerky I've had. There's a lot of places in the desert that all claim to have the best beef jerky, and jerky is jerky to me. I mean, I guess some is kind of shitty, but most of it's pretty good. Sometimes it's more chewy, and it's not as tough. And I kind of like the tough stuff because you chew on that for a while. It's like chewing on a cuttle bone or something. And the stuff that's too tender, it's just like eating a dry steak, which isn't fun. So the jerky, the potato chips, I always try to get something maybe chocolatey, like donuts, those little mini donuts, or maybe an Almond Joy or a Kit Kat. That's for a blast of energy. I will get usually a Starbucks vanilla latte, chilled beverage, one or two of those. That's for when I'm really tired and I need a blast of caffeine. I usually like to have those in the cooler. And the last thing that I always try to get is trail mix, sweet and salty or tropical. That's just something to nibble on as you're going. It gives you something to do. So that's basically my road trip snack wish list. Of course, I have my bubble gum that's up here. It's called Ice Cubes, and it's the peppermint. And these things, I actually put a few in my mouth at a time, and the flavor is so intense. It's like these little crystals of peppermint are bursting on your tongue as you're chewing them, and the flavor holds up for a while, like maybe 5-10 minutes, and then you can chew it another 10-15 minutes longer. So you have a nice chewing experience for about a half hour at least. You can blow bubbles with it. I need like 3 or 4 pieces to get enough gum meat to make the actual shape where I can blow the bubble through. Some people could probably do it fewer pieces. Lastly, bonus items. If I see like some weird Asian or Hispanic food items like chicharrones or maybe shrimp flavored chips or wasabi crackers or something like that, that's always fun to throw in the mix just to keep things fresh. All right. I know I'm not boring anybody right now, because there's still 0 people in here, and it may just be 0 people the whole time. So if you're watching this at a later date, please add a comment. If you have any tips on improving my live streaming other than just not to do it, let me know. You can even let me know if you don't want me to live stream, because that's a valid opinion, and part of me sees your point. We're coming down the hill now from Upper Ojai, and we will be entering Santa Paula soon. In Santa Paula, we kind of cross the main street, cross the railroad tracks, and go under the freeway, the 126, and we make a left, which will bring us to, eventually bring us to the 5. From the 5, there's a number of choices. We can go north, I think, and pick up, I think, the 58. I'm not sure. But I know that when there was traffic, I've had to go north on the 5 briefly. Or most times it will tell me to go south on the 5. And then usually I will cut across Pear Blossom Highway 14 and then pick up the 15 over by kind of near Barstow. So by doing that, I avoid driving into the main LA freeway maze and avoid any of that traffic that might be around there. And I wind up picking up the 15 further east, where it's, where it's all business, just straight lines, and, you can go as fast as you feel comfortable. And I cannot afford any speeding tickets, so I will try to go essentially at the speed of traffic. There's an area right here. I think we just passed St. Thomas Aquinas, and there's a creek down there, and there's like visible oil seeps along the side of the mountain, and there's black tar or something that leaches out of the mountain and kind of comes down and with water, and then it trickles down to the lowest point, which would be down into the Santa Clara River up ahead. But something really stinky back there. I think it's there's got to be methane gas, or there's another type of gas. I remember learning about it when we were researching the Playa Vista developments, and it's toxic gas, I think, but it smells like rotten eggs. You probably are familiar with it. It comes out of the ground usually when there's underground oil reserves. It's basically the smell of rotting old organic tissue. But we passed through a little area where really strong enough to the point where it kind of seeps into the cabin, and you can smell that rotten egg smell. And I promise you I didn't fart. It was not me. So, that being said, we're arriving at a critical point in this live stream, a point that I always worry about, and that is how to end the live stream. I just don't know how to do it. There's an X on the screen. I can turn the camera around. Maybe I'll do that. So I will look for a safe place to pull over. There's a couple rangers over there in the county of Ventura. I'll look for a little safe place to pull over. Maybe right here. It's kind of muddy. I don't want to get stuck in the mud. I'll go a little further down. Is there a guy fishing in the stream there? Maybe. There was a time when you could catch steelhead up here. This looks like an okay place. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to rotate the... Let's see how... Take this off here. I'm going to rotate the camera. Okay, now you're seeing my face. Now I can... Okay, cancel that. I'm gonna... Maybe you just push the X. You want to stop streaming? Yes. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna... That's how you do it. Okay, people, so I figured out how to end this live stream. I'm just gonna hit this button here. It's gonna ask me if I want to end, and I'm gonna end. So on that note, thanks for watching. Please leave me a comment, maybe some constructive criticism or some good advice on how to improve this process, what you'd like to see, or maybe if you have any tips. And I'm gonna end on that note. Joe Bowie, Desert Trippin', over and out in 3, 2,